Dante Moore put on an absolute clinic in Eugene, throwing 4 touchdown passes and rushing for another score, as 5th-ranked Oregon demolished 19th-ranked James Madison 51-34 in their college football playoff opener. The Ducks dominated from the opening whistle, advancing to face Texas Tech in a quarterfinal showdown at the Orange Bowl on New Year's Day. Oregon improved to 12-1 while securing their first playoff victory since 2014 when they beat Florida State in the Rose Bowl semifinal before falling to Ohio State in the championship game. For James Madison, the loss dropped Group of 5 teams to a dismal 0-4 record in college football playoff games. 17th-ranked Tulane also suffered a 41-10 defeat at 6th-ranked Mississippi earlier in the day, continuing the Group of 5 struggles on college football's biggest stage. Moore wasted no time establishing dominance, connecting with Jamari Johnson for a 41-yard touchdown less than 2 minutes into the game. Johnson made an incredible one-handed grab with his right hand and powered into the end zone while dragging 2 defenders along for the ride. That early score gave Oregon a lead they would never relinquish throughout the contest. James Madison responded with a 30-yard field goal from Morgan Suarez on their next possession, a marathon 15-play drive that consumed 8 minutes and 3 seconds of game clock. That would be the last bright spot for the Dukes for quite some time, as Oregon took complete control of the game. The Ducks rattled off 4 consecutive touchdowns before James Madison could even reach the end zone, building an insurmountable advantage. Suarez managed to sneak in another field goal just before halftime, but by then the damage was done. Oregon led 34-6 at the break, effectively ending any realistic comeback hopes for the Dukes. Falling behind by such a massive margin forced James Madison to abandon their bread and butter. The Dukes entered the game ranked 5th nationally in rushing yards per game, but had to air it out, desperately trying to catch up. Sun Belt Player of the Year Alonzo Barnett III completed 23 of 48 passes, including a 47-yard touchdown strike to Nick DeGennaro on James Madison's opening drive of the third quarter. Oregon refused to let the Dukes build any momentum, promptly responding with 2 more touchdowns. Wide receiver Malik Benson hauled in his second touchdown of the game, and then the special teams got in on the action. The Ducks blocked a punt that Jaden Limar scooped up and returned 15 yards for a score, pushing the lead even further out of reach. James Madison scored the final 3 touchdowns of the game, but by then it was purely cosmetic. The outcome had long been decided, and the Dukes were simply playing out the string while trying to maintain some dignity in defeat. The victory extended Oregon's winning streak to 7 games since their only loss of the season, a 30-20 defeat at the hands of top-ranked Indiana on October 11th. James Madison had entered the game riding an 11-game winning streak of their own, but the Ducks proved to be a different level of competition than what the Dukes had faced in the Sun Belt Conference. A significant development for Oregon was the return of standout freshman wide receiver Dante Moore, who had missed the Ducks' last 4 games with a knee injury. Moore suited up for the first time since October 25th against Wisconsin, and his presence provides Oregon's offense with another dynamic playmaker in the open field. If Moore stays healthy throughout the remainder of the playoff, the Ducks become even more dangerous. James Madison's run defense, which ranked 2nd nationally in fewest yards allowed per game, struggled mightily against Oregon's physical offensive line. After allowing less than 2 total rushing yards to opponents in 3 of their last 4 games, the Dukes gave up 201 yards on the ground, including 150 before halftime alone.